Hey everybody, happy new year again. If you can hear my son, he's in the background, so you might hear his tablet go in and out of my video. But yeah guys, I'm just trying to smile and get through this day. I am back after getting my wisdom teeth taken out last week, and I'm feeling a little bit better. I still have a lot of pain on this right bottom side of my mouth, but it's healing, you know, but all the other ones are starting to feel better. But yeah, so this is my first video from having gotten my wisdom teeth taken out. So yeah guys, I'm in the car right now sitting at my house because I was getting ready to leave and go run some errands. Run some errands, and I realized that my husband actually still has my ID to get on base, because when I got my teeth taken out, he was my designated driver and he had to take my ID to go get my medication for me. So he still has it from last week. He never ended up giving it back to me, and I haven't left the house. This is my first time. This would have been my first time leaving the house since getting my teeth taken out, and it hasn't been a full week yet. Tomorrow will be a full week since I've gotten them taken out. But yeah, so I'm a little bit bummed. Got up, yeah, got baby boy ready, got myself ready, took a shower, did my hair, and I figured, hey, even though I can't go run my errands, why waste a perfectly good outfit and hairdo? So I figured I'd come talk to you guys. But yeah, I'm just trying to get through my day. It's later in the afternoon now, and yeah, so we're just in the car. I am gonna get out eventually and head upstairs and make some soup for my husband, for all of us, but my husband's not feeling too well, so I'm gonna make some soup for him, and maybe I'll show you guys how I make it when I get upstairs and everything like that. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll show you guys how I make the soup, and yeah, but I don't know guys, I just got on here. I just felt like checking in with you guys, saying, hey, I hope you guys are having a blessed new year so far, accomplishing the goals you want to so far. I haven't quite been able to get things done that I've wanted to just yet. I'm sorry for the noise in the background, but it's keeping him occupied right now. But yeah, I am what was I saying? Yeah, I'm just trying to get this new year started. Like I said, it started out with my wisdom teeth getting taken out, so now that I'm starting to feel a little bit better, I want to definitely get back on track with everything. Hold on one second. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, now that I'm feeling a little bit better, I definitely want to start getting back out, slowly working out, get back into the swing of things. I still have my goal that I want to lose weight this year, so I'm definitely planning on doing it, and also trying to prepare because my husband should be leaving soon, around the end of February, to go back to the States for training. So that will be an interesting 2 months for me and baby boy and our dog Tiny, but we'll get through it. I've been through deployments before, so 2 months, you know, and now that I have company with my son, should hopefully fly by. But yeah guys, I'm just here, and I just want to check in with you guys. Like I said, I hope you guys are accomplishing your goals so far. I hope you're getting everything done that you need to, and if you haven't started, it's never too late to start. The year just started, so you still have time. It's not over yet, and just remember, you know, if you do kind of slack or you fall off, you can always start back and pick up where you left off. So don't ever just quit, because, you know, baby boy, are you good? Are you good? Yes? Okay. But yeah, if you fall off, just remember you can always get back on. It's never too late to start again. It's, you know, so as long as you have another day to try and you're able to see another day to get things right, take advantage of it. But yeah guys, I'm about to pause this video right here and go and take baby boy upstairs. Are you good, baby? Yeah? Yeah? Is your nose bothering you?
Yeah, Mom.
Okay. I'm coming to help you in a second, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go help him out, and I will see you guys upstairs when I go to make the soup. guys, how are you? I'm back. And yeah, just trying to get my life together right now. Um, what you just saw me drinking was my apple cider vinegar drink. I decided to, got something on my shirt. I decided to make that because I was starting to kind of feel, after I got back in the house earlier, I was starting to kind of feel like my throat was starting to try to itch me a little bit. And I'm not trying to get sick because I'm just now starting to somewhat feel better after getting my wisdom teeth out, like I told you guys. So I'm just trying to fight this before it comes about. So yeah, I just drank my apple cider vinegar drink. And what else? Yeah, so now I'm going to get ready to start making the chicken soup that I was telling you guys. Or not chicken soup, but it's like basically chicken soup without the chicken. So a vegan version of it, basically. And this is, well, hold on, let me get my stuff together real quick, guys. I am trying, like I said, I'm trying to get my life together in this video. Yeah, so I'm going to put some onions in there. I already got my water on to boil right now, so that is trying to come to a boil. I'm gonna add some garlic cloves to the water, and then I like to add them first so that they can boil the whole time through. That way, by the time like the soup is done, the garlic is basically like so soft that it just melts in your mouth. Plus, you know, garlic is good for fighting colds and stuff like that. Or if you didn't know, it's good for fighting colds and things of that nature. At least that's what I've always grown up knowing. So that's what I go by. Yeah, so I'm just gonna break apart a few pieces of garlic cloves to add to my water. Yeah, what's some things that you guys like to make when you feel like you're sick, or if somebody's in your family is sick, or you know, basically you get the gist of what I'm saying. If you have a cold or something like that, what's some remedies that you like to make? Soup is a big one in my family. I keep saying but anyways, soup is a big one in mine. I come from a Caribbean background. My family is from Jamaica, so grew up eating like soup, tea. Drinking hot tea is a big one. My husband's also from the islands. His family's from the Virgin Islands, so it's nice because we, you know, kind of can relate on a lot of different things. But yeah, so soup, like I said, is a big one. Tea is the cure for everything. And if your family's from the islands, you get that one. Tea fixes everything, it seems like. But yeah, definitely. As soon as my husband, it's funny, the other night when he came home and said he wasn't feeling good, the first thing I said was, "You want a cup of peppermint tea?" So I've made some peppermint tea for him and stuff like that. And then he ended up going to bed. But yeah, so I'm just gonna put, it's up to you how much you like to put in your stuff. I'm just showing you how I'm making my soup, but you can do it however you want to. I am going to put about 8 cloves of garlic. And like I said, it's going to give it flavor. It's supposed to be good at helping fight colds. And it's just good. I love garlic. I don't know about you guys, but I love garlic. I'm just smashing them down right now, so that way I can add it to the pot and take off the skin on the outside. But yeah, like I said, what's some things that you guys like to do? There's a lot of other little things too, but these are like the top 2 things I would say growing up that whenever somebody was sick or not feeling good was like the first thing to go to making. Yeah, so, or my grandma would make some sugar water if you had like a headache or something like that. Or depending on if you bump your head or whatever, she'd say, make some sugar water. So that was another thing too. And there's a lot of other little things, but these are like common, you know, some of the ones that most people do. But yeah, so I'm just gonna peel my garlic, and once I get that done, I will be back and show you what else I'm gonna put in there. Alright guys, so I have peeled my garlic, as you can see, and I cut off the little stem part, so I'm just gonna add it to my water. And like I said, I just added 8 cloves of garlic. You can add more or less, whatever, it's up to you. Um, Whatever you like. I got a little piece of the shell in there, but I got it out. Okay, yeah, so I added that to my water, and I just put a little tip of salt in the water when I put it in there, in my pot. So that's my garlic that I added to it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cut up my onion. And you can just add as much, like I said, it's as much or as little as you want of the ingredients. As you saw earlier, I didn't get to make it to the store on base because my husband has my ID. So I wasn't able to get everything that I wanted to add to the soup, but I have most of the things. I can make it work. So basically what I'm going to be adding to my soup, I'll go ahead and let you know. And if you hear something, that's the TV in the background. My son is watching the movie Pets, or Secret Life of Pets, or whatever. That's his favorite thing right now. So he's chilling with his foot up in his high chair, living his best life. But yeah, anyways, like I was saying, I'm putting in my soup, as you saw, garlic. I'm going to put some onion in there. And I'm going to put some corn on the cob. So I have some frozen corn on the cob. I'm just going to add that to it. And then I'm going to also put, what else do I have? I think I have carrot in the fridge. So I'm going to put some carrots in there. And then I'm going to put, what else do I have? I have to see what else I have in the fridge, honestly. I think I have some okra, so I might add some okra to it. I like okra. My husband's not a big fan of okra, but it's the whole okra, so it should be all right. And I just cut up, this is one onion so far. I'm going to cut up another one. But you just want it to be really flavorful and seasoned. So that's one whole onion. That's about a medium-sized onion. So I'm cutting up another one. And then I'm going to add some spinners. Oh, well, dumpling, if you don't know what spinners are. But it's just a dumpling. I'm going to add some of those. I love dumplings and spinners. They're my favorite. So I can't have soup without it. That's just a staple. And my husband loves them too, so I don't know about you guys. What's something that like you can't have your soup without? That's one of the things I definitely have to have in my soup is some spinners. But yeah, and it's easy to make. Just basically dough, flour. You just make a dough. So you just mix some flour, and then I mix some water and put salt in it, like salt water basically. You don't want to over salt your water. You just kind of want to salt it to, how can I say? I don't know how to explain it. You don't want to over salt it basically. You just want to salt it enough that it has a good flavor. Kind of when you put salt in your rice, the water to make your rice, that kind of thing. Just to give the dough a little saltiness to it. Because you have to remember you're adding it to the soup, so it's the dough is gonna soak up all the flavors and stuff too. So if you over salt it, then you know who wants to eat a salty dumpling? So yeah. So yeah, I added 2 onions to my pot, so I'm gonna just leave it at 2 onions. I think that's good enough for that. Let me throw in my trash. Clean up as I go. That way when you're done, you don't have to clean up. Alright, let me get my other stuff out of the freezer real quick. Okay, actually my okra is cut okra, but I'm still going to add a little bit of it in there because I like okra. And then I have some frozen corn, just a little baby corn. And I don't know if I should add some beans to it or not. Let me see. I might not do the beans. That might be a little too much. I was just trying to see what I can add because I don't really have everything that I want, but trying to make it work. As my grandma would say, they call it bamla sushi. Basically, a meal where you just put in everything, whatever you have in the pot, and make it work, and it comes out good. I have some carrots, so I'm gonna wash this one off real quick. and add it to my pot. Let me just let me peel it real quick and then I'll wash it. Carrots are good too. I like carrots. Can't go wrong with a carrot. Alright, let me wash this off. I'm going to cut up one carrot for now, and then I'll see how it looks when I put it in the pot, and then I'll figure out if I want to add more. Yeah. I'm ready to eat this soup. And just kind of rough cut them. You don't have to cut, just cut them as big as you want them. I'm kind of just cutting them this size. Little bite-sized kind of pieces. Just add them to it. Alright, I'm going to finish cutting up this carrot, and then when I finish, I'll come back and let you know what else I'm going to add to it. Alright guys, so I just finished cutting up my carrots, and I added 2 carrots to it. So I think that will be good enough. And then let me get down my seasonings. I'm going to get some garlic powder, some black pepper, a little adobo, some onion powder, and a little bit of, I'm going to get some seasoned salt. Alright, and then I have some regular salt. And then these, hold on, let me add my corn. Actually, I'm gonna let it get to more of a boil first. It's starting to boil, but the corn doesn't take that long to cook. And since this is vegan and doesn't have any actual meat in there, it's basically vegetable. Vegetable non-chicken soup, I guess, if you want to call it, whatever. But yeah, so what am I trying to say? Because it doesn't have the chicken in there, it's not going to cook. It doesn't need to cook as long. So you don't have to add everything in. You can add it in when you want, basically. I don't know, guys. I just lost my train of thought. But yeah, so I'm just going to let that continue coming to a boil. And then here's, actually, and then, okay, guys. Work with me. Like I said, I'm getting my life together. So, I told you, let me tell you the seasonings I'm putting in there, and then I'm going to go ahead and make my dumpling to add to the water. So I'm going to put some onion powder, like I said, some adobo, some black pepper, some garlic powder, some seasoning salt. I have a little regular salt because that helps to bring out the flavor, I feel like. And then these are crucial, at least for mine. Like I said, you can do whatever you want, but my mom sends these to me, and I love her for it. It's called cock soup. It is, see, this one's by Caribbean Dream, and then I also have a cock soup right here by Grace. And these are really, really good. I also have, I don't know yet if I'm gonna add this to it. I might not. I don't know. I might, just to give it a little extra like flavor, because I don't have actual pumpkin to put in it. So I also have a pumpkin flavored soup mix from Grace as well. So I might mix this with the cock soup mix, just to kind of give it that pumpkin flavor as well. Because like I said, I was going to try to find some fresh pumpkin to put in my soup, but I couldn't make it to the store. So yeah, but I'm definitely going to put the cock soup mix in there, and it basically helps to give it the chicken flavor, since I'm not using actual chicken in there. But it's really, really good. And this one is the spicy one. This one is spicy, and this one is just regular, like mild flavor. So it's up to you. Honestly, the spicy one to me still doesn't really have, it's not like super, super hot. But if you just don't like spice, or you're not really a big spice person, then just get the regular one if you can find it where you live. Like I said, my mom sends them to me because I can't find them out here where we are. Even when I was in, when we were stationed in Cali, if you hear something, like I said, that's the TV. But even when we were stationed in Cali, I couldn't find them, so she would send them to me in like a care package, so I could have them for times like this, or just whenever I wanted to make soup or whatever, something with it. But yeah, so right now, while the water's still boiling, coming to a boil, I'm gonna go ahead and make my dumpling. And I got my cup and my bowl. Just gonna put some water in here. And some salt. Yes, Bubby. Let's see. Okay, that's good. Let me turn the TV down a little bit. Alright, felt like it was too loud. So, let me get my flour. I just use all-purpose flour. It doesn't have to be self-rising or nothing because you're not frying them. So, it doesn't need to get like fluffy. Like, it doesn't need to puff up or whatever. And then I just kind of eyeball it. It's up to you how much you want to make. Just remember, the more dough you make, the more dumplings you're going to make, basically. So, and although I really love the dumpling in my soup, you don't want to overdo it with the dumpling because it can overcrowd it, and it also is flour, so it kind of thickens up your soup. So the more you put in, the more liquid it's going to absorb, and the more thicker your soup's going to be, and more water and stuff you're going to have to keep adding. So keep that in mind. And just don't make them too fat. Make them how you want them, but just keep that in mind, basically, when you're doing it. So I just have some flour in a bowl. I'm just going to put a little hole in the middle, and then I'm just going to add, and just tip your water. I'm not necessarily going to use all the water that you see in the cup, but you're just basically adding water until you form your dough ball. And then once you form the ball of dough, you can start making your dumpling or spinners, whichever one you call them, or you know them as. Alright, I'm just going to finish mixing this up, and then I will show you how I make them. Alright guys, so my dough is coming together. I'm just kneading it right now into a ball, and I just kind of use my spoon or a fork to gather the dough together, and then once it's basically together, then you just take your hand, just make sure, you know, clean hand, and just knead your dough. And here goes my dough ball right here, just the ball, and it's, see, it's not too tough, kind of sticky and soft a little bit. I'm just gonna add a little bit of, sprinkle a little bit of flour on top, so that way it won't just stick to my hand, you know. So yeah, just sprinkle some flour. You don't gotta do too much. You just want it to not stick all to your fingers, basically. Yeah, so that's basically it. And then what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and I like to kind of sometimes do a little bit of both. Spinner style dumplings, and I might do even like a few disc type dumpling in there, just to give it a variety, because like I said, we're not adding chicken to it or whatever. So yeah, just kind of make it fun, whatever you like. I'm just gonna grab a little paper plate, and so I can let me move my water out the way so that I can lay them on as I make them. Okay, scoop my stuff over here. Alright guys, so let me just get to doing it. I'll show you both versions. And just kind of grab the dough up, grab a piece of dough, and then for the spinner, you just go like this, and just make like that. And then if you want to do like a regular one, you just kind of roll it in your hand like that, and then I just kind of press it out like so, and just make it into like a round disc. And like I said, I tend to do like a little bit of both because it just gives it a variety and kind of, you know, change it up a little bit so you don't get bored. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and finish rolling these out. And then when I finish, I will come back and show you the next step. Alright guys, so I'm done with my making my spinners and my dumplings. They're on my plate. Let me wash my hands off, get the flour off my hand. Okay, so now that my water is basically boiling up, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a stir. Rinse off my spoon because it got flour on it. I don't want it to thicken up just yet. And then also too, the cock soup mix that I showed you and the pumpkin soup mix, they have flour in it too, so in little noodles, so it helps to thicken it up as well. So also, that's another reason why you don't want to, you all right, Bubby? Okay, that's another reason why you don't want to overcrowd your soup with dumpling. And then I'm going to add my frozen corn. I don't know about you guys, but I just like to rinse them off before I add them in. I know you could just add them straight to it, but I just like to feel like I washed it a little bit, even though they're frozen. I'm just going to rinse those off. I got 6 corn, just a little corn. I love corn in my soup. It's really good. Alright, so let me throw that away. Okay, so now I am going to add in my seasonings. So I'm just like I said, season it to how you want to. I always say, when it comes to the seasonings that don't have salt in them, you know, you can be a little bit more heavy-handed because it's just literally flavor. But never add too much of the salted seasonings right away because you can't take it out. So, you know, you can add in more if you need it, but you can't take it out. And add some black pepper. I'm not gonna add too much pepper because, like I said, one the mix is spicy, so, and baby boy has to eat it too. So I don't want to add too much pepper, but I do want to add just enough in there. And then I'm not gonna add it to it, but normally I probably would. Or sometimes I just do it on its own, like I add it to the individual bowls. Is just sprinkle some cayenne pepper on top, just for a little added kick and heat. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and mix this in like I'm doing, and I'll show you what it looks like in a second. Let me open up my okra. I'm not gonna add too much okra because it is slimy. It does have like a little slimy consistency to it if you've never had it before. Hold on. There we go. And like I said, my husband doesn't really care for okra, but I like okra, so just gonna add a little bit to the pot. Okra is good for you anyways. Sometimes you gotta force them to eat some stuff that they may not like because it's good for them. Okay. Yeah. So I added like maybe half of the bag. Alright, I'm almost done with the soup, guys. And then the last step is just to let it bubble and boil. So I'm gonna go ahead now and add in my soup mix. Let me stir it real quick. And I'll show you what it looks like real quick. Hold on. Okay, guys, so I just probably, before I'm talking right now, you just saw a little clip of what it's looking like. Let me go ahead and open up my soup mix. Oh, it smells so good. And see, if you can see in the inside, it has the little noodles in there to make it like a noodle, give it that noodle, like chicken noodle soup feel, or make it chicken noodles, like chicken noodle soup. I'm just gonna stir that around real quick. This is gonna be good. Alright, I'm debating if I should put my pumpkin one in there or if I should just stick with the chicken flavor and save my pumpkin for another day. Maybe I think I might save my pumpkin soup mix so that way I can make, like when I do get some actual pumpkin, I can make pumpkin soup. And then I can, and basically it's the same thing like I'm doing with this soup, just with pumpkin. So yeah, so here's another bag that I have of the other cock soup mix. Smells good. Just gonna go ahead and add that to it. Alright, so yeah, we're just gonna keep this chicken flavored instead of adding the pumpkin in there. This looks so good and colorful. And just use what you got. It doesn't, you know, sometimes less is more anyways when it comes to soup and cooking in general. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is let it come to a boil, back to a boil, and then once it starts boiling again, I'm gonna then just drop in one by one my spinners and then let them cook through. And basically, once those are done, the soup will be done, because everything else, like you saw, is just vegetables. So as long as like the carrots are cooked through tender and nice, like I like them to eat, then it'll be good to go. Hold on. But yeah, guys, that's basically it for my soup. Like I said, I'm just going to let it come to a boil, and then once it starts boiling, I'm gonna go ahead and add in my spinners and then bring it back to a boil, then let it just simmer until the spinners are done. And once those are done, then the soup will be done, and then I'll show you guys what the final product looks like. I'm just picking out in the soup mix. There's like dehydrated carrots, but I don't really care for, like, I don't know, maybe it's just my weirdness. I don't really like the dehydrated carrots, and luckily they float right to the top. So that's what you see me over here probably looking in the pot. It probably looks weird to you guys on the camera, but yeah, I'm just basically picking them out. I'm basically done getting them out. I don't know, I just prefer to just have the real carrots in there, even though I guess dehydrated is real, but either way, I just prefer to have those. So yeah, I got those out, most of them. But yeah, like I said, guys, I'm just going to let it come back up to a boil, and then once it comes back to a boil, I'm going to add in one by one my spinners, and then bring it back to a boil, and then turn the heat down and just let it slow simmer and cook until the spinners are done. And once those are done, like I said, everything else will basically be done with the soup, and then you just taste it, and if you need to add a little bit more seasoning, or you can't take it out, but if you need to add more, you can at that point. But yeah, guys, that is basically it. I hope you guys are having a great night. My twist look like it's about to come out. But yeah, hold on. It's so bright. There we go. Or, I don't know if that made it worse. You guys can still see me? Yeah, there you go. But yeah, guys, I'm just here. I'm going to clean up the rest of the little mess that's left on the counter. So that way, once the soup is finished, the dishes will be done, and all we have to do is eat and relax for the rest of the night. Just waiting on my husband to get home, and I'm probably going to finish watching one of my African movies on YouTube. Me and my mom love watching like movies like that, like Caribbean movies, African movies are a good one. We love watching Oliver. Those are always a classic. And luckily you can find them on YouTube and stuff now too, so I watch those every now and again. But just like, I want to say about 3 days ago, being like healing up from my wisdom teeth being taken out, I was trying to relax as much as I could. I still had to watch baby boy because my husband was supposed to be able to be home, but then he had to end up going into work. But he was a big help, because the day after they had him, he had to go into work, unfortunately. But he took our son with him to work. So that was nice. I had basically a whole day to kind of just chill out and take my medicine basically and just kind of lay down and relax. So that was a big help. And then but like I was saying, I was watching some Lifetime movies on YouTube, and then like the suggested feed, some African movies popped up. And it's funny because I haven't watched African movies in a while. Since like I left Cali, I haven't watched any, and I like watching them. They're good. If you haven't really checked any of them out before, they're funny. Hold on. Sorry guys. They're not what's the word? They're good. They're not necessarily, I don't really watch them necessarily because they're like the best acting in the world, honestly. Because like I don't want you, if I tell you to go watch them and then you're like, oh, what is this? It's like anything. It's your preference, and I like them. They have good storylines. They're funny. A lot of them, I like the little storylines to them and stuff like that, and the music and all that stuff like that, and the acting is just fun to watch. But I mean, it's nothing, they're not like to take too serious, but they have good story points to them, and good like good messages to most of them, like when you watch them through. They are pretty long, so it's not like the type of, sometimes I watch them, it takes me like 2 days to finish one because I get tired. But most of the times you can probably finish them in a day if you really just sit down and watch it all the way through if you have time to. But they're usually like 2 hours. Like the one I'm watching now is 3 hours and like 27 minutes. And it's called The Story of the Poor Orphan and Her Wicked Aunt Will Move. And it's the 2018 latest Nigerian movies. So it's pretty good so far. But like I said, it's 3 hours and 27 minutes. So it's not like, it's kind of like you watch it, come back to it, watch it, come back to it, if you can't sit there and watch the whole thing all the way through. But yeah, guys, I'm just telling you guys what I'm up to. That's what I was watching actually when I was straightening up the kitchen to get prepping for dinner. So yeah, I'm just gonna go finish watching up a little bit of the movie while I'm waiting for the soup to come back to a boil. And then, like I said, once it comes back to a boil, I'll come back and show you guys when I add my spinners to it. And then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. And like always, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and join me on my channel with my family and the things we have to come. And hit the like button if you like this video, and drop a comment down below and just tell me, hey, or what you do. Like I said earlier, when your family's sick or you're sick or you feel like you're getting sick, what's some things that you do, some remedies, or some foods that you like to eat or make, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, guys, I'll check in with you guys later. But like I said, if I don't get to talk to you guys again, be sure to just like this video, subscribe, leave a comment, and I will see you later. Peace. Alright guys, like promised, it's starting to boil. So I'm just going to go ahead and place in my dumpling spinners, whatever you want to call them. I'm going to place them in one by one. That way they don't stick together. See, just like that. And then once they're all in there, you can just give it a little stir. And just don't really, try not to crowd them up on top of each other. That way, like I said, they don't stick all together. Alright, Bubby. But yeah, guys, that's basically it. It tastes really good. I taste a little bit of the broth while I was straightening up. And that's basically it. Just made a nice big pot of soup for the family. I'm just gonna add one last one, like so, and then just take your spoon and stir it a little. You can see the okra and the corn and the carrots in there, and there's onion and the garlic. But yeah, guys, that's basically it. So, and I want it to be kind of brothy like you see, because like I said, I'm trying to get better, and I feel like the broth is better. Sometimes the thicker the soup, it's, you know, you don't want it too creamy when you're not feeling good. So yeah, I just made it like that, and you just want, like you see, it to be more of like a brothy consistency. And as it cooks, it will thicken up a little bit more, but not very much, which is what I want. I want it to be more soupy than cream-like. So yeah, guys, that's basically it. And like I said, you can make your soup however you want to, whatever you have. You want to add some green banana in there, or you know, chocho, or sweet potato, whatever you have. But as you can see or hear in the background, my son is starting to get cranky. He doesn't want to be in his high chair anymore. So yeah, that's basically it for the soup, guys. I'm just gonna let it finish boiling, and once the dumplings finish, then like I said, the soup will be done, and then I will show you a picture of the final product. But like always, guys, have a great night, and I will see you later. Don't forget, like always, to subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Peace.